We are in New Orleans and we're heading out on a food tour. This is one of the best food cities in the United States, and we have some great spots picked out to eat some classic New Orleans cuisine. Thanks for coming along with us on our New Orleans food tour.
We have arrived in New Orleans. We're in the Lower Garden District near the Warehouse District, heading to our first stop. And that is actually going to be to get one of New Orleans' classic dishes. It's not gumbo, it's not jambalaya, it's a sandwich shop. And it's not even a po' boy.
We're here at Cajun Butcher, and we have two beautiful sandwiches in front of us. We've got the muffalata, and our other sandwich here is a porchetta cheesesteak. A classic muffalata, ham, mortadella, there's olive salad on here. It looks incredible. I'm just gonna go right in. Oh, provolone cheese too. Awesome. This is the sandwich of my dreams right now. Absolutely delicious. High quality ingredients. Really nice bread too. So if we look in here, there's that olive salad, which kind of, to me, is like a jardinera. Then we've got ham, salami, and mortadella, I believe. And then we have provolone cheese, bringing it all together here on this beautiful, sturdy bread. Packed with flavor. It's a good base for a night out in New Orleans.
All right, my turn to get on the muffaletta train. And to be honest, I've had one of these before, but it's been a long time. And I've avoided it on menus because I felt like the next muffaletta sandwich I wanted to have was right here in New Orleans. And I think we picked a good spot. This looks absolutely delicious. It's really good, but I'm not big on olives unless they're cooked into a dish. I actually like them on this. So if olives are one of those foods where you're like, I don't know if I love it, they play really well on the muffaletta. Now, this spot, the signage says butcher. We think it is related to this restaurant over here called Cajun. It's a butcher shop inside. What we did is we looked through the meat case and looked at the menu, and there was a porchetta Philly cheesesteak. Now, that has nothing to do with New Orleans, but it was too good looking to pass up. So basically, they stuff porchetta into a pita, peppers, cheese, onions. Like Madeline said, if you're looking for party fuel here in New Orleans, or the day after a party to refuel, this might be exactly what you're looking for. Yeah. That is insane. I do feel like this sandwich should come with a side of statins, but
You have a dirty face.
I do.
Yeah.
This is a dirty sandwich. Well, Cajun Butcher absolutely hit the spot here for our first stop in New Orleans. That muffaletta was incredible. The porchetta Philly cheesesteak was also very, very good. We have some big eyes on some food in this town. It's one of the best food towns in the United States, and we're excited to keep rolling here in New Orleans. We're gonna head over to a local brewery now after we had fun this afternoon over at Mardi Gras World. We're thirsty, we're ready for a nice cool treat. Well, we've stopped here in the Irish Channel area of New Orleans, and we are at Miel Brewery. Miel means honey in French. This is a really great setting. They got a nice outdoor space, nice tap room in there. There's also a crawfish boil going on outside, and we didn't know that before we showed up. We have dinner plans, otherwise we might be trying that, but I'm gonna go get a closer look at it because it smells really good. But before we do that, we're gonna have our first drinks here in New Orleans. I have the Vienna Lager, an amber beer. It's a little more golden. I've been waiting for my first drink here in New Orleans. Let's get to it. That beer tastes amazing. Also, I'm holding it very weirdly. I don't know why. It's like a big cup of tea.
That's nice. It's a beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees, sunny.
That crawfish boil was legit. That was a very fun atmosphere at Miel Brewery here in the Irish Channel area of New Orleans. We had to skip out on the crawfish, even though they smelled absolutely amazing. But if you're in town, check their website for events because they have these kind of regularly. I think you'd be in for a real treat if you decided to have that for dinner. But now we're gonna head to said dinner. It's gonna be good too. So as if New Orleans couldn't get any livelier, as we're heading to dinner, we got I think it's called a second line band of our wedding right here. Madeline has informed me that I'm indeed correct. It is called a second line band. You're gonna see those if you're here in New Orleans on a weekend. Madeline says the first line is the bride and the groom, the second line is the band, and then everyone else is just the wedding party. Of course, we all know that's where the most fun is. Well, tonight in the Garden District, we're going to dinner at Gris-Gris. Now, Gris-Gris is voodoo for good fortune. So we're gonna have the good fortune of eating Southern food and Creole food. I've been looking at the photos of the menu and oh boy, they look mouth-watering.
For an appetizer tonight, we got a cup of gumbo, and then we got the flambeau shrimp. So we're sitting at the kitchen counter, and we can literally see them preparing our appetizer right now. The best seats in the house. I'm very excited for this meal unfolding in front of us. Gumbo has arrived. It's got a very dark roux here. I think that's just gonna be packed with flavor. Looks delicious. This is my first bite of gumbo here in New Orleans. I'm afraid it's gonna be hot. That is a very deep, rich flavor. Oh, there's some andouille sausage, shredded chicken in here. Ton of flavor, absolutely delicious. A little bit of heat from that sausage. Oh my gosh. I've been waiting. This is the meal I've been waiting for. Wow, that is just delicious. Gumbo is kind of a labor of love. We made it at home before, and it's hard because you have to burn it, basically. This is spectacular.
All right, here we have the flambe shrimp appetizer. Gulf shrimp, we're right by the Gulf of Mexico. We're gonna go full shrimp, freshly fried. That's the shrimp I want on the po' boy that I will be getting in tomorrow's video. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, we're gonna eat more.
That is unbelievable. So for dinner tonight, I am finally getting to order shrimp and grits because every time we're in the South, Madeline orders shrimp and grits, and I just could eat one shrimp and some grits off her plate. So I begged her tonight, may I please order shrimp and grits? And she said yes. And she's getting chicken and dumplings. I'm really jealous of that. So I'll get one piece of chicken and one dumpling. My shrimp and grits have arrived, and nothing builds your anticipation for your meal like watching the dish go by 3 or 4 times before it gets your turn. And this kitchen is very orderly. We've had so much fun just sitting here watching them make these dishes. But we're not gonna wait any longer because our mouths are already watering. We got right there shrimp, grits, andouille sausage. That's like the perfect southern bite right there.
Oh my goodness, you went somewhere.
Just shut the camera off. The flavor there is just so deep. I mean, it's just, this is what happens when the meal is part of your culture. You can't replicate this unless you grew up on this and you've been eating it all your life. And
it's in your bones.
It's in your bones. It's also about to be in my belly.
Okay, shrimp and grits is my go-to order. Looks absolutely beautiful. While he's plating it, we just watched him like pour all the delicious juices from the pan right on top. Ugh, lots of flavor. The seasoning is incredible. Nice creamy grits. Chicken and dumplings. Beautiful carrots in here. Big, beautiful pieces of chicken. For the sake of our bite, we'll try to get a small bite, but it's really, I don't know if you can see the steam coming off, but it is piping hot. This is just the epitome of comfort food. Absolutely delicious. Again, full of flavor. Beautiful, big beautiful dumplings. Delicious chicken. A little carb on carb action there.
After a delicious dinner at Gree, we've decided that we are now in need of a sweet treat. For our sweet treat tonight, we're gonna head over to another spot in the Garden District called Sucre, which is French for sugar. So, sweet treat, it's sugar. It's probably gonna be good.
We came over to Sucre? It's French.
Sucre.
Sucre? Sucre. Tell me in the comments if I said it right. We ordered the Sucre Fume, and it is basically a s'more. So it's kind of like a deconstructed s'more. So it is absolutely beautiful. Everything in there was gorgeous. And we do have a macaron as well.
We had two.
We had two, but one of them has disappeared very quickly. So here, let's just kind of, ooh, it's like, how do I get in here? Okay, so this is, it's like hard on the outside, and then you kind of break in to a chocolate mousse. And then also there is marshmallow on the inside. So, gosh, I feel bad like destroying it like that. It's so beautiful. That is like a delicious mousse. It's kind of like a thicker consistency than a mousse. Let's see if we can get some of this marshmallow on the bottom, and then it has like a little crust on the bottom too. It's good. It's good. Very rich, but it also kind of has like a smoky flavor too. Every element of this dessert is delicious.
Good spot. It is a beautiful day here in New Orleans, Louisiana. We are in the Garden District, and before we go explore it, we're gonna start off with a little breakfast. Today we're starting at District Doughnut. It's a donut shop here in the Garden District. There was like a line out the door, and when we drove through the other day, we said we gotta stop in there. I'm glad we did because their donuts look absolutely incredible. So we popped in, we got a few to start our day here. This is the sopapilla donut. It's a cinnamon sugar donut with a buttercream frosting on top of it and a honey glaze on it. So we're just gonna rip ourselves off a nice little piece there, lose the frosting.
Oh no.
We just ripped it in half. There we go. We got, look at that, I mean, look how soft and pillowy that donut is.
So fluffy.
Yeah, it's so fluffy. All right, here we go. This looks like a good way to start a day here in New Orleans. Sopapillas are, I think, from New Mexico, right?
I think that's what they said when we were in New Mexico.
We're in New Orleans. This is a really good donut, though.
I have here the cinnamon roll. We saw it, someone else order it and ahead of us in line, and we went, yep, we're getting that. Beautiful cinnamon roll, caramel sugar on top. Let's go. That is a treat. Incredibly decadent for the first thing in the morning. Luckily, we are going to go walk around the Garden District, so this will fuel us through that. It's just a sugar bomb on top, but it is absolutely delicious. Holy cow.
Well, one of the things you can do here in the Garden District is actually take a donut tour, and we didn't take the donut tour. The tour came through. So they got an extra blueberry donut, and it was blessed upon us. And so we're gonna try that. This isn't the donut we saw out, but it was the donut that found us. And that might be the best donut. It's very good. They're 3 for 3 so far. For lunch today, we drove about 10 minutes and we're gonna head to a local spot, and that is Domalise's Po' Boys. It's kind of a hole in the wall here in New Orleans. They're only open during the week, and they've been serving up Po' Boys for a long time, and we've been waiting. We've been waiting for the Po' Boys, and they're on their way. If Domalise's is good enough for Peyton and Eli, I mean, it's good enough for Adam and Madeline. We did, however, forget to put on our quarter zips. All right, so we have gotten our sandwiches here. We got one fried shrimp po' boy, fully dressed, and one roast beef po' boy, also fully dressed. We actually have Swiss on that po' boy as well. We just got the small version. There are also versions with oysters, there's versions with catfish, just all sorts of different po' boy. Anything you could throw on a sandwich, you can do that here in New Orleans. So we're gonna just go ahead. We're not gonna wait any longer. You see the fried shrimp on there, the pickles, the dressing, the lettuce. It's on French bread. Here we go. You can get po' boys everywhere. They get served Louisiana, Cajun, Creole, all across the United States. But there's something about food that when you're in the area it's from, it just tastes different. That's because they've done it for years and years and years. This food just fits the area, and you got a little bit of heat coming through on that sauce, but love the fried shrimp, love the French bread, and man, this is just hitting the spot after a long morning walk around the Garden District.
This beautiful roast beef po' boy here. Oh my gosh. Lettuce. I mean, that looks kind of messy, but it also looks absolutely delicious. There's this delicious gravy on here. Oh my god. I'm talking about it. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. The beef is just cooked perfectly. Gravy on here is just rich and hearty. Just gets into your bones, this food. And like Adam said, they just know what they're doing down here. These places are institutions that just knock it out of the park. That is good. My face messy?
Probably. Yep. I know I went shrimp first, but truthfully, what I wanted was this roast beef one. I mean, look at that. You got mustard on there. You got gravy on there. Wow. If food's making you happy before you bite into it, that's a good sign. Oh, yeah. That's where it's at. Right there.
For dinner tonight in the Garden District, we decided to switch things up a little bit. We found a spot called Union Ramen, and the menu looked amazing. We looked through pictures and we're like, let's do that. We love our Southern food. We're loving the Cajun Creole dishes down here. But we've got a few more days here. We've got a lot more food to eat, and we just decided to try something a little bit different tonight. For appetizers tonight, we ordered the crawfish and shrimp lumpia. It comes with a red pepper dipping sauce. That was something that we looked up beforehand. We saw it on Yelp and said, yes, we are ordering that. We also ordered the Beggar's Purse dumplings. There's a wide array of ingredients in the dish. It has pimento cheese, red wine reduction, blueberries, and cilantro. A wide array of ingredients that I cannot wait to try because it just sounds so good. Okay, we have the crawfish and shrimp lumpia just showed up. It looks delicious, nice and crispy. The red pepper sauce. Very good. Super crispy, delicious flavor. I really love this sauce. It's kind of sweet. Not really spicy, just a little like sweet and sour.
All right, here's the pimento cheese dumplings. They look absolutely amazing. So much flavor going on this dish right here. We're gonna get a little red wine reduction on it.
Hot. This is the chili sauce. We got tier 1 because we're kind of scared. Yeah, the chili oil brings some heat, but there is an incredible depth of flavor here. Holy moly. That is piping hot. Holy moly. The beef is delicious. The noodles also. And then that egg just like coats everything and just a delicious richness. I don't know if you can really see. It's very good. Union Ramen knocked it out of the park. I love the way they incorporated kind of southern flair and southern food into some of the dishes, like crawfish and shrimp lumpia, and the pimento cheese and the Beggar's Purse dumplings was absolutely amazing. Super rich dinner, absolutely delicious. But now, we want a sweet treat, so we're heading for some beignets.
We're here at Vintage for our late night beignets. They just came out, they're piping hot. They are covered in powdered sugar. We started the day with donuts. Now we're ending the day with donuts. And I mean, we're better to do that. We also got a specialty beignet. It's a s'more beignet. And it's stuffed with marshmallow and topped with chocolate and graham crackers. So biting into this, I've learned my lessons. Let's just cut it. Look at that.
Oh man, wow.
That is a s'more beignet.
That is decadence. Oh my god.
Holy cow. That is one of the biggest sugar bombs I've ever had. I mean, it stays true to the s'more, but it is a lot.
My first beignet here in New Orleans.
It's like out the Bible Belt. Like everywhere else has savor.
Absolutely delicious. You know, they're sweet, but it's not overpowering. Nice and warm. Like Adam said, we started the day with donuts, we're ending the day with donuts. But this is the place to do that. This is a very, very cute place here in the Garden District. Another delicious sweet treat here in New Orleans. Vintage, very cute spot. Really love this area of the Garden District, this like main drag on Magazine here where they have all the shops, and really having great luck with restaurants in this area.
I'm very excited for lunch today here in New Orleans because we are going to Cafe Reconcile. It's a nonprofit program that runs a restaurant that teaches 16 to 24-year-olds who want a career in the culinary arts here in New Orleans to learn how a restaurant works, learn the different roles in a restaurant. And the reviews are fantastic. Part of the focus of the cafe is teaching those local classic dishes. So the menu you're gonna find is everything that you'd want to eat here in New Orleans. And we're ready to hop in, eat some tasty food. Our order has been placed here at Cafe Reconcile, and to be honest, the menu looked absolutely fantastic. We had a hard time deciding which dish we were gonna get. But we're getting a red beans and rice with grilled sausage, and we're also getting the daily special. It's a blackened chicken covered in a crawfish sauce, and that's stuffed with cornbread and crab meat. I saw that dish and said, that sounds like New Orleans to me, and we're excited because we've seen the food come out. It looks fantastic, smells great in here. What more could you ask for to start your day here in New Orleans? My dishes arrived, and my compliments to Cafe Reconcile. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful dish of food. We've got the chicken. You can see that it's stuffed with that cornbread and that crab meat. It's topped with that crawfish sauce. I mean, this is worth the trip to New Orleans right here. I haven't even taken a bite yet, and I think it might be my favorite dish I get the entire time I'm in this town. So here we go. No more delay. Sometimes you just know, right? Every single part of this dish is absolutely delicious. The blackened chicken's great. The stuffing, the cornbread, and the crab is fantastic. And that crawfish sauce. You know, we keep sneaking crawfish into our dishes here in New Orleans, and it's working. This is. I might just sit here all day and just order this dish again and again and again and again.
Just a beautifully plated dish here. Wow. They do not skimp on portions here either. All right, let's get a little bit of crawfish. I like eating crawfish this way, then I don't have to do any work to clean it. There we go. Wow. This is a cornbread stuffing. Fantastic. Yeah, I would be happy, like, to just eat this dish all day. This is a special, so we can't guarantee that it'll be on the menu if you come here. But if it is, that's a must order, because wow, that is good. It does not get more classic New Orleans than red beans and rice. I have been waiting for this dish. Here we go. That is good. Full flavor. Let's get some sausage. That is good. It's like, I love gumbo, I love jambalaya, I love red beans and rice. I don't know what's my favorite. It's like whichever one I'm eating at the time I'm eating it. But wow, I think we're 2 for 2 here at Cafe Reconcile. I also got some smoked sausage on the side. Doubling down on sausage. Let's have a bite. Very good. Smoky. Tons of flavor.
Our meal is so good, we knew we had to get dessert. So we asked our server what her favorite dessert was. She said unequivocally the bread pudding. This is a Bananas Foster bread pudding. It actually combines 2 classic New Orleans desserts into one. And we're just gonna go in here.
Oh, half of it's gone already.
Thanks, Evie. Look at that. That just, you see the steam coming off of it. There's that liquor sauce on the outside. Just an A+. Like, everything about this place is top notch. Cafe Reconcile, absolute home run. Every dish knocked it out of the park. We're in for a good afternoon. The day has started well here in New Orleans. Let's just put it that way. We have left the French Quarter. We're now heading to dinner. We're heading to dinner at Mace Arepas. Arepas are a Colombian sandwich. They're kind of like a corn patty and the meat stuffed inside. There they do kind of Colombian and Creole and kind of use some of the flavors from Louisiana. So we thought we've really hit it hard on the classic New Orleans dishes, so let's do something with a little bit of a twist. The order is in here at Mace Arepas, and we are starting off with 2 appetizers. We're getting the street corn, and judging by the photos, this is the dish to get. It looks fantastic. We're also getting the arepa sampler, and we couldn't decide which arepa to get. They were all look so good, so we decided let's go with the sampler appetizer. For our entree, we're getting the bandeja paisa, and it was recommended to us by our server. It's got a whole bunch of things on it. It's got like chorizo, chicharrones, flank steak. I think I saw cranberries. So we don't really know what's coming out, but we're excited because the food looks absolutely incredible. Yo.
Wow.
Look at that flavor. Street corn. Cojita cheese. That is like a Creole Colombian remoulade, I think, on there. I read that on the menu. That's where I find out most information about food. And there's kind of some sort of cayenne sauce in there. Not really sure. It looks really, really good. Street corn is very good. A lot of flavor. Flavor really comes flying out of there. And take a bite into it.
A little messy, huh?
It's a little messy, but most good food is.
Absolutely gorgeous. I really just want to like take a spoon and eat all the cheese and sauce that's on the plate. I'll do that off camera, so to avoid judgment. But here we go. Honestly, it's probably the best corn I've ever had. The arepas have arrived. We have a chicken, a pork, and a beef. So the chicken one, it looks like it has green chilies and avocado on it. I'm gonna go with that one first. So the arepa on the bottom is soft and yet like kind of just crispy enough, and it holds up really well. Like you see, like very sturdy base. Delicious flavor in the chicken.
All right, I got the pork arepa. It's got pickled red onion on top, cojita cheese, and I think it gets a little bit of that remoulade from the side there. So, yeah, it's hard to figure out where to bite into this. Their pork is like a mojo pork. Like every bite we've taken is just exploding with flavor. I mean, it's just layered on here, which is awesome.
All right, final arepa from this sampler is the beef. It's got like tomato and onions on top. There's a lot of flavor dripping out of this one, and it's all being held perfectly by the arepa on the bottom.
All right, so here's our dinner order. I'm gonna walk us through what we got. We got plantains two ways. These are fried, and then these are kind of the green pan-seared, I think. This is the chicharron, egg, flank steak. Over here we got chorizo. These are beans, like a bean side with something. More pork in there, probably.
Yeah.
And I think there's rice in here.
There's rice underneath that.
Rice underneath here. So I think what we're gonna do is I don't even know how to attack this other than take this flank steak, put it on top of the egg, and cut it over so all those juices cover that rice. Let's go in here. There's just been more flavor packed in this meal than all of it. I don't even know. I'm lost for words. It's been a great day eating.
I'm gonna try the chorizo.
There's some sort of sauce down in there. Down there.
Oh, that's a sauce on the egg. Well, I guess I'll have egg and chorizo, which kind of seems like breakfast. Well, that's delicious. Not really a surprise. I mean, we had sausage for lunch, now sausage for dinner. Two very different flavors, but they know how to do that in this town. Wow. Spicy and delicious. That's awesome. The beans are delicious. And I'm not really sure how to eat the chicharron. Like, just cut a piece off and... I got a piece of that. Smoky, crispy. Not the healthiest bite in the world, but it is tasty.
Well, mas arepas. Just absolutely flavorful meal. Loved it. I mean, just exactly what we're looking for. But we're not done yet. We're in New Orleans, and as they say, a beignet a day is the way. They don't say that, but that's what I say. Or a beignet a day keeps the doctor away, or beignet a day, and we're just gonna get another beignet. For tonight's beignet, we are just off the St. Charles streetcar line. We are at Uptown Coffee, 3 days, 3 beignets. Today, we got mini beignets. Just want to mix it up. Can we get one authentic praline and then the beignets?
Which one?
Do the praline filled. So we're starting here in New Orleans at Loretta's. We've got the classic praline. It is basically a pretty simple dish. It's kind of like a bark. You've got either peanuts, almonds, I think pecans in there, and then you cover it with a sugar and cream sauce, and it kind of forms into a bark. It's really good. I think the real star of the show is coming up next, and that is the praline beignet. I searched all over on blogs, Google, Yelp, all that stuff, and what I found consistently was the praline beignet at Loretta's here in the French Market was the best one. So we ordered some of those. They're gonna be coming out soon, and I don't know, I think we're in for a tasty treat. All right, so these praline beignets from Loretta's look absolutely incredible. They're soft, they're doughy, they're pillowy. You do get that flavor that is kind of just like a praline, but the beignet covered in powdered sugar. Look at how you just get like that melty in there right on top. Oh my goodness. What a way to start this day with this beignet. What a way to start this day with this beignet. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Down for it. Those are too good. I honestly don't think you can come to New Orleans without getting this beignet. This might be the best sweet treat in the city. We got a lot to live up to here today because this is an incredible, incredible way to start. Well, we popped in here to St. John's in the French Quarter, and we're gonna get a little bit of gumbo. It looks delicious, it smells delicious. It's andouille chicken, which is exactly what I wanted. Might get some seafood gumbo later this week, but here we go. It's exactly what you want. Well, wanted to stop in there, got a cup of gumbo, terrific gumbo, chicken and andouille sausage. It's one of the better restaurants in the city. The chef there also has another restaurant in the Garden District. But fun day, we might rest up a bit and we're gonna get back out there in the afternoon and explore more of the French Quarter.
It's a rainy night here in New Orleans, and we're heading out to dinner in the Central Business District to compare Ramen.
We're here at Compare La Pond. We just put in our order. To start, we got hush puppies. We're in the South. We always get hush puppies when we're in the South. They've got scallions and jalapenos in them. I'm getting a curry goat dish that's got sweet potato gnocchi and a sauce covering it. Madalyn's getting the fish dish, and it's always a different fish, but it's Gulf caught red snapper. My curried goat has arrived. It's got sweet potato and gnocchi. I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna go right in. It smells amazing. Covered in sauce, cilantro on top, cashews on top. Let's go for it. The flavor there is just, it's deep. Like, it's one of their signature dishes, and wow, it delivers big time.
We have the snapper, black-eyed peas, pureed yucca, and then a beautiful white wine sauce on top. We're gonna, gosh, it looks good. I'm gonna flip this over. yummy. Fish is cooked perfectly. It's like nice light fish on top, and then you have just the black-eyed peas and the yucca. It's like the lighter side of comfort food, but it is very good, full of flavor. That is really nice. Beautiful flaky snapper here. The sauce is delicious.
Today for lunch in New Orleans, we've drove across the bridge to Doughnut, and we're going to a restaurant that opened in the last couple of years, and that's Chicken's Kitchen. And they've got Southern food, soul food, fried chicken, all sorts of delicious New Orleans classics. We've got our fried chicken lunch here at Chicken's Kitchen. This place smells absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the flavors come out of this. Everything looked incredible. It's hard to decide what sides we were getting and what meat we were getting. They have barbecue chicken, fried catfish, smothered pork chop. But we went with the fried chicken. Chef Chicken, the reason he's called Chef Chicken, he loves chicken, so we're going with the staple, right? We also have white beans and rice, 5-star mac and cheese, and braised greens right there. So this looks like a meal that will wrap you up in a blanket and give you a big hug. I want to go with the white beans and rice. I mean, look, you got the andouille sausage in there. I'm gonna do that look a lot here, I think. Those are unreal. Didn't even know. I mean, I always used to red beans and rice. I didn't know you could do white beans and rice just as good. All right, this 5-star mac and cheese. Look at that. That is
Hot.
No.
Throw some in her.
I'm not kidding you when I say that's the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my entire life. I'll let Madeline get in here and confirm that. Unbelievable. All right, last side here, braised greens. Looks like we got some ham in there.
Three for three.
3 for 3. We got a little ham bone in there because we know it's a real one. Here we go. Fried chicken. Look at that. It looks well seasoned. We wanted to split one plate, but we might be hopping back in line to get every other thing in there. I mean, this has all just been phenomenal. This definitely ranks up near the top of all the food we've had in New Orleans. Bite for bite, I'm not sure anything's come close to Chicken's Kitchen.
Okay, the mac and cheese was hyped. Yeah, that's good. Large quantities of mac and cheese is very hard to do, and it is so flavorful and so creamy. It's really delicious. Holy moly. And the greens. Oh my god. That is just flavor. I had the red beans and rice yesterday. The white beans and rice, I really like it. Wow. I think that I might try to make it home. It won't be this good though. I know that. I can't say it enough. Everything is so well seasoned. I'm not surprised. I had a feeling you know, chef, born and raised in New Orleans, knows a thing or two about seasoning. I'm gonna get some more chicken, if I can, somehow.
Just grab it and take a bite.
The chicken, the seasoning was just like penetrated off the top.
Madeline and I cannot say enough good things about how delicious the food was at Chicken's Kitchen. Every single bite there, loaded with flavor, and we're just gonna call it. That was the best meal we've had in New Orleans. After that delicious start to the morning, and using the word delicious there is probably an understatement, Chicken's Kitchen was phenomenal. We're gonna have to redefine what we mean when we say this food is dripping with flavor after eating there. It's totally reset our scale. But we've come over to the New Orleans City Park. It's a gigantic park here in New Orleans, and we're just gonna spend the afternoon going around the park. There's some museums, there's Cafe du Monde. It's a beautiful day and a good spot to keep enjoying the city. Well, we've stopped here in the park to get Evie's favorite food, the beignet, or as she calls them, donuts. This is a much more enjoyable experience compared to Cafe du Monde over in the French Quarter, which is, quite frankly, just a madhouse. But same beignets, jazz in the park, see that behind me, and less of a line. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. These are damn good. They're damn good. Cafe du Monde in the park though, better setting in my opinion.
Another delicious beignet. These are definitely the fluffiest we've had. Some of the other ones have been more hollow. Very good. It's kind of fun how we've managed to find so many different kinds. But Cafe du Monde does have the reputation for a reason. They're delicious. I'd come here. This location is relaxing. It's a beautiful setting. And easier to get in, it seems like.
For our early dinner today, we're gonna go to Parkway Tavern and get some po' boys, get some jambalaya. We are nearing the end of our time here in New Orleans. We've thoroughly enjoyed this city. We've had some of the best food we've ever had. And so as we head towards the exits of our time here in New Orleans, we just wanna get a little bit more of those classics. Right here at Parkway's, I have their famous James Brown po' boy. It's got roast beef, it's got fried shrimp, pepper jack cheese, it's fully dressed, it's got gravy on it. Let's open it up. There's also a crystal hot sauce mayo on here. This is just
Mountain.
I haven't even taken a bite yet. So, here we go.
Oh man.
I think that's what you want in a po' boy, right? I mean, it's just loaded, fully loaded. Every bite, it's like we shoved New Orleans into a sandwich. We also got the classic Cajun side of jambalaya. Look at that. We've been waiting all week. We're nearing the end here in New Orleans, but in some ways this meal feels like a new beginning. This is like your co-pilot in New Orleans. Every single restaurant, Crystal hot sauce. Y'all figure out an elegant way to eat this stuff? Let us know in the comments. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm willing to spend a lifetime trying to figure it out.
This is a monster of a sandwich. That is New Orleans in a sandwich. Messy, delicious. I've enjoyed eating all over this city, and it's gonna be hard to leave.
Just finished up here at Parkway Tavern. Po' boy was outstanding. Honestly, the roast beef was almost closer to barbecue beef once you got that gravy on there. It's shredded, so it was really good. The fully dressed, you got so much on there. You got the gravy. Sandwich actually becomes kind of hard to eat. So we ended up eating a lot of the sandwich with a fork. So we ended up eating the shrimp as kind of an appetizer and kind of having the roast beef sandwich separately. So you could end up separating the two, and it might make for a little bit cleaner of an experience. Overall though, great roast beef po' boy, and if you are in the neighborhood, Parkway Tavern. It's been here since 1911, and that's for a reason. All right, we're here at Superior Seafood just off Canal Street. We popped in for a half dozen char-grilled oysters. They're covered in Parmesan cheese, butter. This oyster bar, the master shucker there, best oyster shucker in the United States. So here we go, a char-grilled oyster. Oysters are not on my menu very often, but when I do get them, I do enjoy them. This in particular is a very, very tasty version. Absolutely loaded with flavor. We've come here to NOLA Brewing to finish out our day. Madalyn couldn't wait to get started on her barrel-aged blonde. We realize this is a dark beer, however, it is a blonde. And I'll be honest with you, I might order this for my next drink.
Okay, we've both had sips of it, so I didn't drink it all so far.
It is very, very good. Like we might, if they sell some to go, we're gonna grab
Growlers or something.
I got their brown ale, which is also very, very good. But after tasting Madalyn's, you can see the disparity there. So we've had an amazing time in New Orleans. The food, I'm speechless. I mean, the food has just been incredible. Had really good beer while we're here. Obviously, just a fun town, great atmosphere, great architecture, such interesting history. And then also, we've had so many fantastic people over here too. People in New Orleans have been incredibly welcoming, and we love it here. We were just saying we wish we could stay here for a month. We would need a treadmill wherever we were staying. As we were leaving one of our last food destinations, someone kind of muttered, "I feel like all we do here is eat and drink." And we agree with that sentiment. There's a lot more to the city. We've had so much fun, and we can't wait for the next time we come back.
If you want to see more from our adventures in New Orleans, click right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.